So Ivanti has evolved a lot over the last 30 years. It started as what a lot of people around here know as Landesk. There have been lots of acquisitions. We are now Ivanti, and within the last year, we became over $1 billion company, and we're software sales. A lot of SaaS products, endpoint management, security, kind of run the whole gamut. I am the director of organizational change management, been with Ivanti for almost 3 years. I came in as the sole individual doing change management work. We were working in Salesforce, and we knew that the objective of the company was to grow through a lot of acquisitions. And so we were on an old version of Salesforce for the quote to order piece of it, right? And so we knew we needed to get to a quicker, more flexible version, and so we decided to implement quote to cash, or CPQ, and we needed help with that, obviously. And so we went through the process of identifying, who could help us implement this the best, and we picked Simplus as the obvious winner. At the time, I reported to the COO, and I had a conversation with our CIO at the time, and it became clear to me that he really was kind of the one person in the organization who understood the impact that change management could have. And so when we decided to implement CPQ, he and I had a conversation. I had done a lot of ERP implementations before. He recognized the need for that, and I did as well. Because we were rolling out, it's anytime you introduce any kind of change like that, you're going to impact your employees, and people don't think about that. And what they also don't think about is when you introduce that kind of change, you're also going to impact productivity. And specifically, when you're working with the sales organization, if you're impacting the sales organization's productivity, you are impacting your bottom line. So if you're not very thoughtful and methodical about how you introduce change across an entire organization, especially to sales, you're going to have a revenue hit. We did the CPQ rollout. I was the change management lead. We brought over another change management lead from Simplus, so she and I worked hand in hand. She knew what she was doing right out of the gate. She had access to best practices and templates. It was really fun to work with her because we both, had some experience in change management, but we really learned from each other. And then as we got moving with the project, we brought on some additional resources to help with communications and, developing training, executing on the training. But they really knew kind of how to time everything, how to resource everything. I was really happy with the end product. And even to this day, people that are at Ivanti still that were part of that project talk about those resources, like reminisce about those resources. They really left an impact. There's a story that came out of that project that I think really kind of illustrates what we were able to accomplish. And so we had just finished training our inside sales team. We were very close to go live. We, had implemented these robust change management plans, which meant there were all these steps along the way to get people ready for this change. And, we finished the training program. It was in person here in the office, and the VP of Inside Sales stood up, and he was a huge advocate for change management and what we were doing. But he asked his team, he's like, what do you guys think? What has this experience been like for you? And someone raised their hand and said, this is different than anything we've ever done in this organization. He said, in the past, when we implement something like this, he's like, I'll get a PowerPoint deck emailed to me the day before telling me what to do. He's like, I have known every step along the way. I've known for months that this was coming. I knew what it was going to mean to my job. I knew what the impacts were going to be. I now know how to do my job differently. I understand the benefits. I know what's expected of me. He's like, we've never had anything like this before in our organization. And I would have never been able to accomplish that on my own. So the big one that we're looking at right now, or not looking at, that we're in the middle of, is integrating all these companies that we're acquiring. And if anyone's ever done that, it's a mess. It can be a mess, right, if not done right. And there's obviously a huge people element, because attrition during acquisitions historically is just huge. I don't care what company you are. And so that remains an issue. So we're leveraging change management resources from Simplus to help us specifically on the Salesforce side with those integrations. And that has been huge in our success. Everyone's really impressed with the work that they do. They understand Salesforce, and it really feels like they've become part of our team. And as we go from integration to integration, they're starting to understand Ivanti, how we work. right? Our business process, how we use Salesforce, and they're able to carry that over from integration to integration. So they've really been invaluable, and they really have become part of our team.